Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Facebook Live for 807 Giving Day here at LeMoyne-Owen College. I have the privilege here to do a little bit of interviewing with someone that I know very well who has a great LOC story that we're all eager to hear about. So I'm here with my dad, Myron Lowery, class of 1968, former trustee, former city councilman, former interim mayor, now city court clerk, amongst other things. So, Dad, how you doing?
I love you, son. Thank you so much. We are doing great. And we want the public out there who are watching to also give to LeMoyne-Owen College. You know, our stories are different. I came here on a Greyhound bus from Columbus, Ohio, with 2 pork chop sandwiches. Didn't know a soul in this city. Stayed on Walker Avenue with the family. And I love this school. And when I graduated, I made sure that you came here as well.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So, you know, without LeMoyne-Owen, where would we be? LeMoyne provided the foundation for me for success. LeMoyne has a rich history. We talked about Marion Barry, a 1958 graduate who went on to Washington, D.C. to become the mayor. We talked about Reverend Benjamin Hooks, head of the NAACP, on the FCC Commission. We could go on with graduates from LeMoyne who are in state government, federal government, doctors and lawyers, and we're just here to give it back today.
That's right, Dad. But listen, before we get into all that, because you're right, there are countless names we can sit up here and name that have had impact in Memphis and as well as nationwide about LeMoyne-Owen College. But let's get back to your story. Again, 1968 graduate, but what brought you to LeMoyne-Owen College? You're a native of Columbus, Ohio. How did you get from Ohio to Memphis, Tennessee?
Someone from the United Negro College Fund told me LeMoyne is a good school. I said, great. He said, it's located in Memphis. I said, good. He said, not far from Mississippi. I said, uh-oh. Because at that time, folks weren't getting along with black folks in Mississippi. But I still came. I trusted this man, and I love him for what he suggested. And his suggestion was right for me.
Yeah. You know, I can only imagine about, during those times in the, early to late 60s where you're making a decision as far as coming from what we consider to be up north down to the south. And then also now you're here doing obviously one of the most influential times in our history with the assassination of Dr. King. Talk to me about that, about you being a college senior during that time, that happening right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
I was in the student center upstairs watching television when CBS News came on and said, Dr. King has been assassinated in Memphis. And right after that was on, we started hearing police sirens around the city. They just were running with their sirens to try to get people to stay off the streets. Other cities went to rioting. Memphis, not as much. There was a riot for the march, but not as much right after he was killed. So I was here at LeMoyne, and that's where I found out about it. So I would never forget that moment.
And I wonder if that has a correlation of the impact that your class has had on LeMoyne-Owen College. It's no secret that the class of 1968 continues to give and be very active, even as you all mature in your life's walk. Do you think that had an impact on why that class is so influential to LeMoyne-Owen College?
I think it did. You know, I could give you a dozen names: Clarence Christian, Janice Hill Williams, many, many others, Anita Curry Jackson, folks who've been active in the community, giving back to this community because of what they learned here at LeMoyne. We all know that we wouldn't be anywhere without a college education and without the foundation that LeMoyne gave us right here. So I'm happy to come back on this 807 Giving Day to give a little bit back and to bring you with me.
Good.
Now, how did you get here? Tell your story.
Yeah, so it's funny. If you'd have told me I was coming to LeMoyne-Owen College back in high school or younger, I probably would have laughed at you. I didn't know.
You did laugh at
I
me.
did. They probably would have. So growing up in Atlanta, born in Memphis, but was living with my mother in Atlanta, Georgia, and was playing basketball, and I wanted to play college basketball as well. So was playing for a pretty good team at the time in high school. We were number 2 in the state. And let my dad know that, and started getting some little bit of letters from smaller schools, things of that nature. And my dad was like, "You need to come to LeMoyne-Owen College and take a look there." And I'll never forget coming on a visit. I went to the gym when the team was playing, and went to practice with the team with my high school jersey on. Went and hit a couple shots. And another man I'll always be appreciative of is the great coach Jerry Johnson. He brought me in his office and said, in my best Jerry Johnson impression, "Shoot, kid, come on in here. I got too many guards, but you can shoot a little bit, and let me see what I can do for you." And so I always remember that day that Coach Jerry Johnson gave me an opportunity to play. Just be a part of the team, actually, because the first year I didn't redshirted. I took the stats like some other great folks done in our day. You've done that.
That's where I started as a statistician.
You did that, and so did the great Robert Lipscomb, who's also an esteemed alum from this college. But that's how I got here, and was able to bring some folks with me as well. I had a good friend of mine that came with me, and met some of the best friends that I have to this day here, and they had an impact on my life, and was grateful for the opportunity to play basketball because I got a chance to travel and see all the other HBCUs in the area. And then from there, got involved in student government. You were involved in student government. You didn't mention that as well.
SGA president.
Yeah, so was I. So, it's funny how those things correlate together and has your impact on how you want to have impact not only on the school, but on the community. And I knew once I graduated that I wanted to do everything I could to help LeMoyne to continue to succeed and to be the beacon of light that it is, and have the impact not only on the South Memphis community, but the Memphis community.
Our lives have paralleled in so many ways. You are now on the board of trustees at LeMoyne-Owen College at such a young age. I was on the board. And I'm just grateful that you followed in my footsteps because you knew they were the right way to go.
That's right. They were. I appreciate you outlining those footsteps a little bit for me and blazing those paths and those trails. And LeMoyne has that impact on you that you just want to make sure you're returning the favor and giving back. Because if it wasn't for the opportunities that LeMoyne invested in me, who knows where I would be, who knows where you would be. So even in being involved in the National Alumni Association, the local Alumni Association, as well as trustee board, you just want to make sure that LeMoyne continues on its trajectory. And we're going to be there. We're going there right now. We love the direction we're going in now. It's only for great things in the future. And so you've led a path for that. But let me ask you, because, we talk about giving, it's 807 Giving Day. It's about giving back. You made sure that you helped create some events to do some of those things to have an impact. We'll talk about the Martin Luther King Day prayer breakfast. We have a New Year's Day prayer breakfast and jazz brunch that you do. So talk to how you made sure those events kind of correlate in your giving.
When I was president of the National Alumni, we were looking for ways to raise money. So I helped to start the Martin Luther King Jr. prayer breakfast. And we've done that for 31 years now.
Wow.
And for 30 years, I started the New Year's Day prayer breakfast. And that also evolved into the New Year's Day Jazz Champagne Brunch. So we're still doing those two events to benefit LeMoyne-Owen College. And we've got a check to give LeMoyne from our New Year's Day prayer breakfast right now. And we didn't do it for the last 2 years, but we're thinking about doing it again this coming year. Now, when I say our lives parallel, my son's also doing something for LeMoyne. He likes golf. Tell us about it.
Yeah, thanks to the pandemic, we all wanted to have a reason to get outside, and I didn't own clubs 2 years ago, but found myself at the golf course and picked it up and had a enjoy playing. My daughter enjoys playing, and last year I just had an idea, so we should just do a golf tournament to benefit LeMoyne-Owen College. And thankful to the sponsors for that and the people who gave, we were able to donate $20,000 to the school based on that tournament. So we're doing that again this year. We'll be doing that on October 8th, and we're excited about that. And we're excited about the people who want to have an impact on LeMoyne-Owen College. It helps us to raise funds for whatever the college needs. I mean, we have a great vision and a great plan. And I'm just excited about the trajectory we're going into. I look forward to seeing the future impact of this college. We can see it as it exists here, but when we're talking about transformational, how this impact could have on South Memphis, new buildings, things of that nature, roads, whatever that may be, just the whole aesthetic of what this institution could be for those Soulsville. And there's some things that's happening from a governmental standpoint. They're going to have an impact on this community as well. So it's about giving back, as you mentioned, and using your talents wherever that may be. And everyone can do that, whatever that may be. You could have a drive at your school or something at your work. Sometimes your employers will match your gifts. So it's about just finding ways to give back.
I don't play golf. I wish I did. Because this year, Landers Automotive is making a big donation to his golf tournament. Tell us what it is.
Oh, well, yeah. They're going to sponsor our par 3 contest. And if you get a hole-in-one, you can win a Cadillac. So
say that again?
You can win a Cadillac. So it may be somebody's lucky day to get on out there and have a good time while supporting the college at the same time. So we're excited about it. We're excited about any time we can have an impact on this school. It makes me proud when I see graduates of LeMoyne-Owen College. It makes me proud when I work at FedEx. It makes me proud when I see interns that come from LeMoyne because I know if they're just given the opportunity, they will succeed. So that's just the type of culture that we breed here in the college and something we kind of embody between the two of us.
Great. You're exactly right. It's like we're both passing it on while we can, to make sure that other young people have the opportunity to get higher education right here at the only HBCU in Memphis, Tennessee, LeMoyne-Owen College.
That's true. So, Dad, tell me, before we wrap up our segment, we kind of talked about how you got here and the impact and those things have had on your life. But do you have a story for us that kind of resonates? What's an LOC story? That's something that happened in college for you that you just had you'll always just remember, whatever that may be. It could have been some things that did you have some new experiences that from moving up north to south? I'm making you think about this one here. So give me an LOC story for you.
All right. Well, my LOC story comes in my freshman year. I could not dance. And I knew that when I went to a new city, nobody knew that. So when we had dances in with the old commons, I got up there and started doing this, and folks said, "Oh, they dance strange up north, don't they?" I said, "Yep, we sure do." Folks thought I knew what I was doing. I was faking it. That's my LOC story.
Hey, that's good. That's good. That's you can reinvent yourself as you get back to the college. I'm sorry, I'm making sure I get some notes from the side. I don't want to be sure we're going to our segment over here. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, we're getting some little bit of tidbits here as well. So how would you reimagine LOC? So we have a trajectory, but dream and dream big. How would you reimagine LeMoyne-Owen College?
I would reimagine LeMoyne-Owen being bigger, getting more students, working with the high schools to prepare them to come here, showing the examples of graduates who've done well, and telling them the future is yours. Don't be limited by what people say you can do. Don't be limited by a teacher that says you're not going to make it, because you can make it. And that's all they have to do, is to have a dream and to reimagine themselves here and graduating from this school.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would have reimagined it similar, but I'm waiting for the day where we have a campus that is state of the art, helps us move into the digital age and help students prepare for those jobs in the digital workspace. But also, too, a campus is, closed off to a certain extent. I like to think about what Morehouse and Spelman used to look like in Clark, Atlanta during those days. You used to be able to drive all around those campuses. You can't anymore. The AU Center is closed off because within that's a campus within itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to see that for LeMoyne-Owen College in Soulsville, to where this campus is closed off to a certain extent. It helps people have more walkable things of that nature, more activities for our students, larger buildings for our students, a new wellness center, a new gym, all those things that are part of the college experience. So that's what I reimagine for LOC. I look forward to us getting there. But look, I think we're wrapping up for the end of our segment. Dad, Myron Lowery, thank you for your time. Thank you for all the things you've done.
Thank you
for the college. And we do have a check that we want to present here for today. So if someone can help me out and give that, and Dad, you can stay seated, and I'll come right here and kind of hold it with you. But again, today we'd like to give $1,000. For 807 Day. We know it's not increments of 807, but hey, it's a good round number. It's helping us get to our overall goal that the president has for us today. So, Dad, thank you for your part.
And yours too.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate everything for the college. And look forward to talking with you soon. Hopefully, see you
All
on the
right.
reception later tonight.
Take care, everybody.